Hi, hello everybody. Let me sit back. Hi, good evening. Where are you all? Auntie D is here, ready and alert and right and bright and shining as the light is shining in the roof. How are you doing? Welcome to the live. Welcome to our live tonight. I have a little topic for discussion. It may not be very long. We may just use up the time because I know persons have different obligations to meet, especially when it comes to the start of a new week, right? So, as you see our topic, let me give a little few minutes for people to come on in. Our topic tonight is going to be respecting our elders. Respecting our elders. How much are our elders active in our lives, growing up, in our children's lives, and in the lives of others? How much is it visible? Is it visible any at all? Or is it that, hi, welcome to the live? And guys, as you come in, just tap the screen. Or you just touch a little. But if you have the three buttons at the side, tap on it and you see thumbs up. Or you tap your screen. So the algorithm can take it out to other persons. Right? Because everybody may not be able to see it at the same time. Welcome to the live. And feel free to participate, because that's what we do here. We share and we learn from each other. So you touch the live, thumbs up, and bring the live. So the thumbs up will show that you appreciate what's been going on. Now I just come on, and I'm hoping to spend a little time. And I know many persons will not be able to spend a long time, as having been out all day at the different work site places. We are all maybe tired. So we try to, touch a topic that we see relevant and things that we see happening around us. We have to say, where are our elders? Are they not visible anymore? Okay, guys, as you come in, thumbs up the live, man. Tap your screen, tap your screen. Let Auntie D feel nice. Tap your screen, just tap your screen with your index finger. Sleepy bird wing, butterfly, what a name. Hello, I see if no one at your live, so I wanted to go. Well, persons are here. You don't have to run so fast, but they're afraid of coming in, I would imagine. I see 6 persons standing at the door, and they are reluctant to come in. But if you go, they are going to be afraid even more, so maybe you should hang on a little. So how are you? See, we see 7? So come on in, guys. When you don't tap the screen, see, Sleepy is saying that no one is here, and he's going to go. Right. How old is what? The topic we are going to be looking at. Captain, how are you tomorrow when your car window gets trashed out in there? I don't understand. When your car window gets trashed out in the river. I don't know what car did your car get trashed out in the river? River? Hi Maya, welcome to the live. Guys, touch up this thing. When's your birthday? Oh, that's beside the point. We're going to talk about respecting our elders. Not just my birthday. My birthday is not relevant right now. Not relevant. What is relevant is how much are our elders taking active part in our lives. Do you have an elder that you respect, that takes an active, that helps you to mold you, to grow you, that helps to guide you alongside with what your parents are doing? Do you have anybody like that in your life that you want to talk about? Are you happy to have such persons in your life? Well, it is December 12th. Okay. Happy birthday when it comes, but we are just focusing now on persons to like up the live and to say something about elderly persons who have been active in their lives. Maya say Maya is November. Beautiful when it comes to, beautiful birthday when it comes. But we want to focus not on birthdays now, but we want to focus on how much our elders are influencing us into becoming what they would love to see us become. And when I say that, I mean becoming somebody worthwhile in life. taking up a profession that is geared, and how much are our elders helping our parents to guide us. That's what we want to talk about, not birthday. Persons come, well, I'm not talking about birthday. So let us not stray from the point. You come, like the live. Thank you, Maya. I think I've seen you before, Maya. After the live, I will check to see if you had subscribed. And then I will have to go. Do you have a channel? I have to come across and look at your channel as well. So I can look at what you post. I can look at what you post, right? And if you have a channel and I come across, I can look at your videos and I can give you, I can like your video too and I can join the channel. So that's what I do. I try to make persons feel welcome, right? They're not here just for, we want to share. How much have you been getting? I mean, elders in your life, are they contributing financially, giving you support, physical support in terms of moral support, guiding you, assisting your parents? What are they doing in your life? What are they contributing? Are they doing anything at all? They just pass you by. If they see you and somebody's abusing you, would they stop to say something or they leave you so things that bad to happen to you? So that's what we want to talk about. Okay, that's what we want to talk about. Some persons come with an agenda. They want to know birthday. Why is it important? That is why sometimes I don't put a title or a topic. Right? They come, thank you for the hearts. The hearts is good, but it's better if you thumbs up the live. The thumbs up the live is more important than the hearts. Right? The thumbs up helps to lift the algorithm to help it to go more places. But the heart is just decorating the screen to make it look pretty. So when you come on, you thumbs up the live. Like it up. So when I come to your channel, you'd want me to like up something on your channel. You want me to do something. And I would not want to just come. Hi, Katia, good night. How are you doing? Well, I guess some persons have been hopping in and out. They've been hopping in and out. Hi, Juba. I was watching you today too, Juba. Up, 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 up. Yeah, I try to check out everybody that I know has a channel. Yes, yes. One thing though, what you were eating, I would not have that. It was looking quite attractive in the lunch thing, the lunch you were having. If it was something else, I would have held out my hand and begged you some. But it was looking very tasty. And as you were sharing it, but because I don't eat that type of meat, I kept my hands to my side. Yes, Juba and Tatia, I'm looking at, and for those who are coming on, thank you. I like when Juba does these things, makes the screen look so pretty. Yeah, Juba is a faithful guy. I admire him. Yeah, he's so determined in what he's doing, and he seems to be a very honest person, right? But guys, when we look at today's society, earlier this afternoon, I was talking about discipline, right? How we discipline our children, and what do we expect to get after we administered discipline. Thank you for the thumbs up. Now I see like something is happening. Because when I see so many people come on and so few thumbs up, and then they dash out and run away, then it looks as if nobody was really here. So you thumbs up, and if you have to leave and you come back, you thumbs up again. Nothing is wrong. Feel free. Hear somebody say, feel free. Somebody say, feel free. I've never seen that name. So I say, but I say, feel free. I like the chat. Okay. Thank you. Yes. So I'm looking at no. I won't be having anybody here unended because I know when it reaches certain time, everybody wants to take their space. They need to get their rest so they can function the next day properly. And I would love for you to come back. Some cannot be here and with me in the early part of the day. Some can only be here in the later part. So I have to, juggle around to let sure I give a little touch to everybody. Anyway, I'm looking now tonight at respecting our elders. How much of us, and I'm putting myself too, how much of us show respect to elderlies or elderly? Elderly person means persons who are older. It doesn't mean that person is walking with a stick or is a weak person, but the fact that the person is older than you, how much respect is shown. And on the other hand, how much those persons who are elderly or elders in our lives, how much have they helped to mold you, to help you to become what you are today? I'm not looking at anything negatively. I don't want to tell you to think that they molded to go and break into people's houses. I'm not talking into that way. Make you become a worthwhile person. You have some elderly persons who they can sit you down and you can talk with them. I always enjoy that time too, even though they are like the wise persons. Hi Maya, you're back. All right. Right, thank you. So, how much of our lives are shaped, because remember, your parents alone cannot be the only guiding factor in your lives, because your little parents will teach you and you will have to learn from outside and you have to know what is right from wrong, so that when you are now an adult taking care of your, yes Maya, I realize you're back, thank you for coming back, taking care of your family, you have to portray those values, because your parents would have taught you when you were growing up, and you'd have been listening to another elderly person, even though persons who are older than you, they would help you to grow your children. What if you don't have anybody around you? You don't respect anybody, so something is happening to you that is very bad. Maybe somebody wants to take you away, somebody is trying to hurt you, and then because you're not paying a giving no kind respect or anything to an elderly person, that person seeing you in some difficulty, do you think the person is going to really come up and stand up for you? Or do you think the person is going to hide and run away as if they didn't see what was happening? That do happen sometimes, but some elderly persons will stand up even though you were very disrespectful. Thank you, Maya. I try, but some people may not like it. Some people like to hear the other things that I won't utter. So, I allow people to make a choice. And if I'm on a stream and the person is using pure expletives or outrageous, I'm not going to be going constantly. I'm going to disappear because I like positive vibes. Hi, Sonia. Good night. Right. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Although I'm weary, I still come on. Thank you for coming, Sonia. Thank you so much. Today was a very hectic day, but I'm happy that I could come on. Yeah, good night. Thank you. So I'm looking. So you don't show no respect to anybody. You just grow the way you don't even respect your parents. I have some people are like that, That's how they grow. They don't show no respect to nobody. But when they're in a difficult situation, a tight corner, they are expecting somebody to help them. Would persons do come out sometimes? Persons brave their own lives to help. And sometimes they just hide away, disappear, and leave you alone to face the troubles. No, we would not want that to happen to any one of us, or to anybody that we know, or to anybody, none at all. So we first have to learn to respect ourselves. So in respect ourselves, we are now able to show respect to other persons, right? And if you don't give respect, guys, it's difficult to get it. It's very difficult. So you have to give respect to gain respect, right? And I don't mean just to do it for a show. You have to mean it. Because if you do it for a show, it's not going anywhere. You have to sit, find somebody. You may not respect every single elderly that you know, but there must be even one person that you can call on to say, you're making a decision, you want to go and study, but your parents does not have all the cash. They can advise you how to go about. They may not even be able to give you anything. You understand? But they are able to advise you the channel you should take. Or they may even have a little something and say, well, whenever I can, I will give what I have. But, something like that. And then that is how you multiply. You multiply the respect. So, guys, you can say how you think, but I think I don't. Someone I think much respect. I don't think the elderly are active. No, Maya said yes. I respect everyone. That's good. I don't think, in my opinion, they are very active now in, let me say, the younger person's life. I don't want to say generation. I know we have a generation gap. In the younger person's life, I see young people going in one direction because one will say they know everything, and I see the elderly leaning to their side, to only their age group. So that's why you have the generation gap. But I would love to see both coming together somehow, because what, most of them would have gone through the experience already, so they could at least help with some advice. And sometimes, you give advice is even to encourage a person, if it's even to encourage. Some persons, for example, move from job to job, will never keep a job. Either they gamble, they drink, or they smoke, they don't save anything. But somebody is there to guide them, to say, no, you need to put this little bit every week when you get it, or every month, let it stay in the account, let it build. Right? And then they will trust it by saying, no, Miss Brown, I started doing what you said, and I've saved a couple thousand. I'm happy the day you spoke to me. That is great respect. But you don't share with anybody. Nobody knows what you're doing. Yes, we should respect everybody we meet, but at the same time, we should be able to, although sometimes it's very difficult, I think, to trust persons, because sometimes the very person you trust, that's the person who end up hurt you in many ways, negative ways, and malicious ways, grudgeful ways, envious. But people tend to develop enviousness along the way, Something you tell them genuinely, your personal. You share with them. And some people, they go and they spread it down the road. So you find that people, some persons will keep things to themselves. So they trust nobody. So nobody knows what they're going through. So if they are going through a rough time, even if you're married, you're going through a rough time with your marriage, you decide not to share with anyone, or your relationship. You decide not to share. So you go at it alone. You go at it alone, and when it becomes unbearable, then you see what happened. Sometimes one unalive the other. Sorry about that. Sometimes one unalive the other, right? Because they didn't have much courage to know when to walk away, and maybe no one was advising to say, well, you need to get out of this situation and go someplace and try to remedy it, whether it be through the law courts or some way, get a remediation, get a mediation, right, to remedy the situation, other than to sit in it and the constant back and forth, right? And then, there are many ways, many ways. But I think, in my opinion, that they are not visible. The elders are not visible in people's lives. I don't even see, aunts and uncles. Okay, it doesn't have to be strangers, it can be relatives. I don't hear much aunts and uncles and cousins, and because of what is attached to these people too, where you have molestation among elderly family members with younger children, maybe that is one of the reasons, possibly, why you don't have that sort of connection much, because you're always hearing about which guys, what not even so much the aunts. The aunts might tolerate some things from their children with their cousins, but when you have some uncles who are so not so right, they will do things that is not right to these younger children. And then after a long while, then you hear it, everything rips right out. Because they're always saying that the persons who they trust are the ones who really come at them with those sort of situations. So again, it's like it's wavering in the balance. Should I confident and elderly? Should I not? Should I keep everything to myself? Because even within a family setting, mother, stepfather, and stepmothers mother stepchildren and mix up. So it's kind of difficult, but at the same time, I believe it is needed in society. What do you think, guys? Tell me, what do you think? What are your views on that? Um, Maya, people tend to, just like how you left and come back, people tend to go in and out. You're not the only one. I'm seeing that you're not the only one. So you can say what you have to say. Type what you have to say. And if you were the only one, that would not stop me from talking. I would talk just the same. And if even I'm the only one, I keep talking just the same because I don't stop the video. I don't sit to wait on anyone to come. Then I continue because as persons sometimes they are not readily beside the device. They are probably doing something. And that sometimes they are cooking, they are doing dishes, they're doing other things. So they are close enough, but they are a little away from it. They are hearing. So once they are hearing, they don't have to really say, come that close. They can hear. And sometimes they are doing other things. As I say, sometimes they're doing other things. So don't be defeated in what you being here. Because if I was here alone, I'd still keep talking. And you are somebody. Okay, what do you want to add to that now, Maya? What do you think? Type what you think. What are your views? What do you think? How can they be relevant in younger persons' lives so they can be visible? What can they do? What are some of the things they can do? I believe you. That is why, yes, you're a strong person and you're brave, and that is good. So you will not give in to any, say, foolishness. So if an elderly person should come in a way that is not proper, if you know what I mean, try to put in some form of molestation, you should be able to stand up, right, firmly, what you believe in. You don't just give in to the little whims and fancies, and then the next thing you're constantly being abused. You stand up firmly, let your point be known, your stance be known that you are not for this thing, you will not. And at this time, persons sometimes they are not strong enough and they are not brave, right? Hi, Siv. Siv, hi, good night. How are you doing? Welcome to the live. Auntie D and others, happy to have you, right? Okay, happy to have you, Siv. Yeah, thank you, Siv. Your son Junior. Okay. Okay, say good night. Okay, say good evening or whatever it is at your side to him too. And tell him I miss him as well. Yes, Maya. Do you want to contribute, Siv, towards our topic, what we're talking about? Yes, Maya. Yes, we have to be firm, and we have, and at the same time, we can be kind, but we must not let persons come and use their little whims and fancies on us and allow us to become. Sometimes they use things to trap us, to sweeten us, and then you become weak, and you become gravitating towards it. You must know what is right and what is wrong, what you should not do, what you should not engage yourself in. And if anybody engage themselves in that manner, I would say they're being disrespectful. I'll put them in their place. And they could no more be, I would never be anywhere near them anymore. So some people, they just joke off everything and then they end up deep into the situation. They end up deep in it and they know they can't escape. God bless those who escape. But that's how I think, everybody will have different, everybody will not be brave, everybody will not be strong. Some will give in until they decide that they cannot go anymore. Then they come out and talk about it. Sometimes when they do talk about it, everybody's shocked because they didn't know that those things were happening. But at some point in time, I realized persons do come out and share. They do come out and share, right? So I still believe, I still believe that there is hope. There is hope, but it has to be practiced. If it is not practiced, it's going to just fade away. And then it's going to be just down. Everybody becomes one. Nobody's going to be brave. Nobody's going to be strong. Everybody's going to accept. accept. But I believe the elders should, you're going to church places. Sometimes people say a lot of hypocrites are around. The elders are more hypocritical. You're in a community, you're into a community club or a youth club, you come across persons who are very hypocritical, right? They're not genuine. That's what I want to say. You have practice. Okay. Okay, you may need to run, Maya. We say you have practice. Okay, happy to have you, Maya. And I will check you out later tomorrow or later in the week. Do you have a channel, Maya? Okay. I like to visit people's channel. If not, whenever you say you subscribe, and if you subscribe, I love to subscribe back to your channel. So it means that I would love to come and look at your channel and give you support. That's what I believe. A person have a channel and they come and subscribe to me, I should also go and look at their videos and then subscribe to them too. So we are building each other, building up each other. We can't, okay. So would you, so what is the name of is your channel active? Is your channel active? So what do I look for? Just go and look for Maya. Remember that if it's a private, if you're not active, like what I'm doing lives or posting videos, then you may not want it to be known. But if I go and look for Maya, then hopefully I will find you. And then I hope I will know if there's more than one Maya, I will know the one that is really referring to you. Right? So if you have to run, okay. So I can go and look for you. All right. Remember, I do hope your channel is active, right? I hope it's active. And I will see you posting things because each one help the other, right? Or maybe you probably have reached a higher level than I am. I'm just gone 3 months now into the channel that I've made it active. I had it before, but I was not active with it. I just had it, just have it there. And then 3 months now, December, I decided I said it's about time. So I will look to see yours. And if you have to go, have an enjoyable evening. I appreciate you coming. I'm not going to hold you down because you say you have practice. So do what you have to do, Maya. And I'll see you around again. Bye. Okay. So Maya has to run. So I still think that persons should should um should be very entertaining, but and be very cautious to who they outpour their desires to. Maybe I would expect for a person growing up, but sometimes some older persons are able to tell you things that you can still communicate them back with your parents because you don't want to be taking information from persons away. And then those persons would have been familiar with your family. I'm not telling you to go and have communication with strangers. No, it must be within your family circle of friends. So your family knows the lady here or some relative or some friend of your family, but they are older, right? And they are able to let you, maybe they're able to talk to your family too. What if you want to go and study to be say for example, a nurse, and your mother thinks you should go and study to be a lawyer, and your father say he thinks you should go and study to be a teacher, and you become confused because what? You really don't want any of those professions. You don't want to be a nurse, lawyer, or teacher. You want to be maybe say a doctor, right? And you want to please your parents, and you want to please it, but you want to more so please yourself. Yeah, don't trust strangers. Never you trust any strangers. Don't trust them. They wear two hats under one face. You don't know what is happening under there. So don't trust no strangers. No, don't reach out to no strangers. So because you want to become a doctor, and your mother want to become something else and you're confused. So you may have an aunt or an uncle or an elderly person that is friendly with your parents. You can call them up and say, I prefer to go and study to be a doctor, but mommy wants me to be this and daddy wants me to go and study to be that, and I don't like what they're choosing. Then that person now will give you some good arguments and maybe go with to your parents and have a nice little conversation. Very nice and mature, right? And then they'll agree, say, okay, let's you choose and work with her. So you get a chance to prove. But when they dominate what you want to do and you don't want to go and study for that, you become confused. And then you say, okay, I'm going to spend the 10 years to study to please my parents. Then I'm going to study to please myself. That's wasting time. So you see the role in which some elders can act for you. They're like a lawyer for you between to take your case to the parents, man, and the parents will listen to them, and they say, okay, I understand, but I think this was because sometimes us parents want our children to take some top class positions, and the children doesn't want that. So sometimes we have to allow them to choose, and sometimes you have to help them choose. So when you go and speak to an elderly person, it motivates the elderly person, and it also motivates that person to go and have a chat with your family members. But please don't go tell your business to strangers. Don't trust any strangers, none at all. That is out of the way. Elders are persons who are relatable through friendship or so with your family. I'm not talking about anybody who is outside the road that you see driving a vehicle passing on the street in the supermarket or in the stores. You can't go out and talk those things, right? So when you're about to graduate now, you're going to be a doctor. Don't you think you're going to love that elderly relative, that person that you have spoken to? Yes, because that person helped you to choose, and that person helped you to talk with your parents. And the parents are now going to be saying, oh, it's true, it's the best thing she did. She wanted to be a doctor. Now my daughter is a doctor, or my son is a doctor. I think that being a doctor is more important. So I'm glad she did not take up the lawyer or the nursing or the teaching. Right there, the parents are so happy. And you two are going to be so, so super happy. So don't go out the street. Don't trust no strangers. Right? So even what I'm trying to get at, even in choosing a career, yes, it makes you happy. In choosing a career, you need to have somebody to help you because what? Somebody can help you to dig, get information because you can't just choose a career. I'm just speaking on one thing. You can't just choose a career because you just want to choose a career. You choose a career based on how much you know. You're going to do some research. Is it marketable? Look at the pros and the cons. Are you going to like it for the next 4 or 5 years? Are you going to go and get your master's or your PhD? Okay, Maya, that's beautiful. You want to be a vet. So that's a career now that you need to work on, right? Have you spoken to your parents to let them so they can start put up the money? Because remember, you can't wait until when you're out of high school. That's the time you're going to tell them. They need to know beforehand so they can start put up the money because what? College takes money. Yep, I know you're a sound night type of person. College takes money. So your parents have to put it together. Sometimes they have to get a loan or they have to look at scholarship to make it balance because sometimes the cash is not there enough. And depending on the amount of years you're going to study, will help them to put the money together because if you're the only child, it is bad. But if there are other children, they have to make plans for the other children as well. Right? So that's how your families plan. And then what if you have two other brothers or sisters and they too want to become a vet? Can you imagine? You have some families, once one choose one thing, they follow in the same footstep and choose the same because they like those things. I have some people I know, the entire families are teachers, are nurses. They just tend to follow in the footsteps that were laid down before. Oh, you have a sister? Okay, beautiful. So you're going to set an example now, and those that are coming after is going to emulate you in making a proper choice because you want to be a vet. What do you think your other sisters are they going to try to become a s- I'm not being disrespectful, a household, what you call, cleaner or something that a janitor or so? With mark you, those jobs are good. But I'm just saying that each person wants to have a profession, right? So because you being a vet, I bet you the other one that is coming after me want to be a surgeon or a dentist or a medical doctor. So the parents, probably a farmer. And it can be a farmer where he can go and study and return and develop his business, right? So so you have to plan. The families have to know ahead of time so they can put their funds together so everybody can be happy. So it does appear as if after the first child, that is why families must plan their how much children are going to have. After the first child goes off to college to study, maybe there are two or three more. So they have to make plans for them as well. So if they have too many, how are they going to? Some will not reach college to study. Some are just going to probably help out in the stores, wrapping things and dusting the shelves, because all the money that they had saved would have been spent on just the one person, enough to spend on the one person. It should not be fair. Would not be fair at all. But that's how life goes, right? That's how life goes. So Maya, you have done well. And all I'm encouraging you is to keep walking in the same path. Confident to your parents, reason with them, and they can go on the internet or YouTube. Or you have a good teacher at school and you can reason. You have to develop and make your own decision. So you do the little research here and there. And if possible, you say you would love to become a vet. Maybe your parents could take you to um, a veterinary clinic. So you could probably have some one-on-one conversation with the vet. You can look around, familiarize yourself, so you can firmly decide, say, okay, this is what I want to go and study, or I don't think I'm sure I like it, right? So you don't wait until you choose and you're in college studying, then you don't like it anymore, you want to come back and change to something else. No, it doesn't go like that. You have to make plans. You have to make plans, right? So that's how I think persons persons should, respect goes a long way, and it guides us. It guides us. And then when you're going, the nice part of it now, Maya, if you're still there, when it comes to graduation, you want them to what assisted you mentally and everything. You want them to be at a graduation, to witness you throwing up your cap and taking pictures and walking down the aisle and feeling proud. Those are nice moments, right? And then look, that maybe that elderly aunt or person that you had always confided in would just come and give you a nice big hug and say, "Congratulations, Maya! You have made your choice. You have done well." Motivates you. The next thing I hear that Maya is going to do her PhD in some other area relating to that, right? And I think that's a good era too. So the parents will take you to the different places, man. And then you try to read up along those things that would enhance the learning. So now you'll be preparing yourself for your era of study, right? I'm going to spend a few minutes more. So different times persons will pop in and pop out. I think it's supposed to be somewhere near what? Near 10 or a little after 10, maybe a little after 10. I think I came on a little after 9:30. It's a few minutes past 10, so I'm going to spend a few minutes more, right? And I'm appreciative for those persons who were able to come on. I know people cannot stay on very long. They have different commitments. So whenever they're able to, I appreciate it just the same, right? And guys, remember that I always encourage persons to go and look at my channel, Auntie D TV, and look at the videos, man. I've almost 200 videos there now, and I have so many lives that you can look at. You can look at them; they're there. I'm not ready to take them. I'm not going to take them down now, but I want them to stay there until when I reach my. I don't even think I'm going to move them. They will always be there. First, if I have to move them, well, it's very rare. But I wanted to stay there so persons can always go and look and comment. And persons who may be passing see them and say, "Oh, I'm going to subscribe." I don't know when persons will subscribe, but I do like when they subscribe because when they subscribe and say they leave a comment, I know, like Maya just said it, I can make a note. So when I go, if Maya said, just subscribe like that, and there's no note to tell me, then it's difficult for me to know, if that was Maya or not. But I will check out Maya. I think I've seen Maya here before, but I am not too sure. Maybe she doesn't come very often. Quite a few persons have stopped by tonight, but people, persons have several channels. That is why I try to use different time to do my live because I realize maybe now is not even so much of a good time. But you have some persons who come on 10 o'clock, whatever the time, because of what persons have uh, subscribed to different channels. So they try to take a little peek here, take a little peek there, and see what is going on. So you remember that you said put on your notification bell. So whenever I go live or I put out a video, you are going to be the first one to see it. Right? So when persons have 5, 6, 10 notifications in one day, they are really going to want to check them out. Nothing is wrong in checking them out. But remember, Auntie D is still here, so you give Auntie D a little check in. You check in a few minutes and you go. That's it. I don't expect no one person to be able to sit right through the entire time for the live. I don't expect it. If they do, yes, I appreciate it. But I know person doesn't have just Auntie D alone as a channel. They do have other channels, right? So you have to give people what is due to them. Allow them to drop in, spend a few minutes. Sometimes they come back, sometimes they don't because they're still strolling. They're strolling to look at different things. And sometimes you see they come back and say, I'm back. And sometimes they just reappear. They didn't say anything. But I know when persons have left because I see the number goes down and I see the number will come back up. So either the persons who have left return or other persons come in. So that is why I cannot just sit when people are gone and just looking like this because somebody could be passing nearby a tablet, a television, or a phone. And it's what this lady not speaking. She look like she's mute. But when I'm speaking and they are passing, they are hearing, even if they don't subscribe, even if they don't stop to listen, because once I come on to talk, I'm going to talk. Right? So that is how we do it. And then when it comes to an agreeable time now, I will say, okay, I'm going to close my life until another time. But this afternoon wasn't bad, and I do enjoy this evening as well. I know now is a little, time for persons to be in their beds, but it's not very late. But you know your commitment. You know what time you have to be at work or at school tomorrow. So I don't expect you to say, sit with Auntie D right through until she's finished. Maybe you have dishes to attend to, you have the children to comb their hair, you have different things to do. So when you're doing those things, you're organizing your lesson plans or whatever for school or for the work. Maybe you had taken home some work to do and you realize time is against you and you want to hear a little of Auntie D. So what you do? You put the thing nearby so you're working and you're hearing because the beauty in it, you don't have to look at Auntie D because what she's speaking like she's on a radio and you're listening. So you're able to do what you're doing and still hearing. So you're multitasking. And it's good when you can multitask, guys. It's really good. It's really, really good. So don't feel that I'm not upset with anybody. I'm very appreciative of persons popping in, and don't feel lonely even if you're the only person. Don't feel funny because Auntie D is not feeling funny. Auntie D would have loved to have an entire room filled watching persons watching me. 10, 20 persons. But what if the 10, 20 persons were to write text at the same time? How much of it could I read within that time and could address? It would be difficult. So we take it as it comes, appreciate each other for each other's worth, right? And guys, let me do a little sidetracking now too. I saw in the saw today, not in the papers. I read on the internet today about Usain Bolt's father. You know, Usain Bolt was a legendary heroic icon. He had won so many races. He's a Jamaican. Well, his father passed on today after a period of long, lengthy illness. So they didn't say what, but he's no longer among the land of the living. He has succumbed to his illness. So you have to remember Hussein. I don't know if he has any brothers or sisters. I've never heard of any. I don't know if he's an only child. But I remember when Hussein was taking part in the Olympics, his father would always go to all the different races to be there with him, to give him support. So that is where it comes to my mind tonight. That's what drives me to speak about elders in our lives. That's my thing. That's where I pulled it from. And then I said to myself, I've never seen this show or heard they talk about Usain Bolt having other siblings. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. But the fact is, his father, his parents, especially they say his dad would always go to all of his events to cheer him on. And that helped Usain so much that you see, when knowing that you have somebody in your back corner, somebody there, and you know that person is rooting for you, it gives you confidence. So I would believe those are some of the things that pushes Usain Bolt. And when he run with the long legs and he win the race and then draw back and come like this, you know his father is up there. Maybe it's a sign to the father, you know, he knows. And it gives him the confidence. And the father is sitting with the crowd, seeing the crowd gyrating and jumping and happy for his son. Can you imagine the father would have felt? I don't know if other family members went, you know, but they always talk about his dad. And the mother too goes sometimes, but the father would go to nearly every race that he has to run. Even when he's at training, they say the father is there. So he got good support from his dad. Remember, he grew up in a poor setting, poor community in Trelawney, and a rural community, farming community. But Usain did not let that stop him from achieving his goals. So what I want to get back to Maya, if you're still here, when persons see that you have an interest, they can't do anything to stop you. They can only reason it out and motivate you. Because if Usain's dad had discouraged you, boy, you cannot run, you cannot win any race. He didn't only encourage him, he tries to be at all his events. That's what it says. He tries to be at all the events. So what happened? It pushes Usain more. I'm so sorry that Usain had to retire because he had a leg problem. Because when I looked, when Usain normally run, whenever he's going out, it's like everybody stop what they're doing. Everybody stop what they're doing because they want to see everything. They want to see the position. They want to see everything about Usain Bolt. And from start of the race to finish, Usain allow people just standing up on their feet, guys. And then when Usain win, they jump up and then do all manner of things for Usain Bolt. So you can imagine how Usain feel nice because he felt motivated, right? So when we have elderly persons who stand up beside us and with us. Don't think that Hussein may not have some sad moments, because coming from a poor community, a poor family, he may not. I remember they say when he went to run at the National Stadium first, whenever he was going to run, before he goes abroad to run the Olympics, he didn't have any sneakers to run in. He was coming from a rural primary school and a rural high school until he got some sponsorship. And that's where he got it off. And he ran. He ran like he never run before. Once Hussein is in a race, he never lose. He never lose a race. But everybody can do so much and no more. When I saw Hussein had that hamstring pull up I said, oh my God. And he was still pushing, but he couldn't go any further. He couldn't go any further. And then because of that, he had to retire from athletics. So what I'm trying to say is when we look at persons in our lives who help to mold us with our parents, not by themselves, because you're not going to people's house for them to mold you their way. Mold you alongside with your parents. And those persons have to be persons who are friendly or relatives of your parents. So when they're able to mold you into what you are to become, they too are happy. They too are happy. And you too will be happy. Right? We have to recognize the fact that we need people in our lives and we have bad people, but we don't want no bad people in our lives. But bad people only create a distraction, derail you. You know how many persons in life have been derailed from going forward into achieving their goals and they just become stagnant and don't move any further. Right? So we need people in our lives. We need to be motivated. And we also, when persons who have been motivated towards something positively, when they become older folks, not old people, older, they too should pass on some values of motivating others. So the cycle doesn't stop. The cycle still going, going, going. It keeps going. Because people need to be motivated. There's no way a person can make it through life without being motivated. You're going to have, even when you have problems, you need to get motivation. Yes, if you don't get motivation, you're not going to surmount the problem, you're going to stay under the problem. Whatever the situation is, you have to be motivated. Some people can motivate themselves. They can motivate themselves, while some cannot. Some bow to the pressure and then they become derailed. They don't bother. They give up. And giving up on any situation is losing. I prefer you try and push. Push yourself. Push yourself. Because it is important, right? It's important when we push ourselves. We don't push ourselves negatively towards doing anything bad. But if you want to achieve something good out of life, you have to also push yourself. You can't rely only on other people to push you. You have to push yourselves. And sometimes when you push yourselves, other persons are drawn to your attitude. They see the positiveness coming out of your attitude. And they will want to help you. Right? So remember that it's important for us to share, be loving and kind, be respectful, and be disciplined. Respect older folks, whether they're your relatives or not. More so when they're your relatives. Persons have aunts and uncles and nieces and cousins. I'm not sending you to go to people's house to stay, but I'm telling you how much we can share along with involving your parents. So you can say to your parents, I was talking to my cousin Pam about so and so. And the parents will say, so what was she saying? And if they think it's a good idea, they say, well, I think that's a good idea. Or they may say, no, I don't think that's right. So you don't take advice from outside. You listen, but you make sure your parents are involved in it. So when you becomes an adult taking your part with your family, you're going to practice the same method. Encourage your children not to take advice from outside the home, but if it's among family, but whatever advice or information they get, they should always come back to the home, to their parents, and share it with them. And sometimes some people will give you wrong advice, wrong advice to get you derailed, lose focus, right? So, guys, I'm not going to keep you any longer. Remember, Auntie D TV, and I sat here. I said I was going to give you a few minutes, and I said, let me go until I see where person stop writing their comments, and I've been going on and listening and reading the comments, but I see that the comments are stopped now. So maybe people are tired and they want to go and get a little relaxation. I can't blame you. You had an hectic day, right? So subscribe to Auntie D TV. Look at my channels, guys. Look at what I have. Subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your families, and share and share. Sharing is never yet too much. And like the video, man. Thumbs up the video, man. You come on the live, touch up the live stream and let the thumbs up go and let the algorithm goes. Don't just leave it there. Just watch it and just gone. No. Thumbs it up. Use your index finger and keep tapping the screen. Or for some persons, they will have three little dots to the right side of the screen. You touch it and they touch your thumbs up. Maybe that one will work faster for you. You like up the live, man, because I like when the word goes out. And I like when people comment. You know that I've had lives or videos and persons comment sometimes days after and they comment on it. I respond to every comment. I will never let my comments go. Persons comment on anything. Don't think I ignore it. I read every one. And when I read it, I am able to see what you're saying. If I should, change this method, or do this, or I like what you did, or say something. You make a comment. No matter what you say, as long as it is respectful, I appreciate it. I appreciate every comment that a person makes. And I try to respond to everyone, no matter how they may look. Plenty. I always try to respond. So thumbs up the live, man, and write a comment, man, and subscribe. We are in the midst of trying to reach the target amount, and I have to work towards reaching the hours, right? So we have to work together and build the channel so we can have the channel going on and on and on, and the algorithm goes up, and more persons then will be able to see the channel and see what we are doing and what we're talking about. So you put up some arguments, man. It's not just me alone going to see it, It goes around and it helps other persons who are going through some situation, maybe trying to make a decision, or they're about to do something positively or negatively. And having read some of your comments, we motivate them. Many times persons call, they are discouraged. They don't think they can't bother to go anymore. And having listened to some of our lives, it motivates them. Sometimes when they make some comments, I'm so, I say, wow. And I'm taken aback. But we have to motivate each other. Help and lift and lift. And as we climb a ladder of success, try to lift up somebody. We don't go up and leave the person down there. We lift them up. Right, guys? So until my next video, until my next live, I don't know what time tomorrow, but hopefully before 11. Hopefully before 11. And the other one, I'm trying to do even two. I'm trying to do, even this morning, I woke up about 3 o'clock, 3:30. I said, could I do a live now? And then I said, I wonder if anybody would. And I'm going to try one of these. But you see, because it's so early in the night, I don't want to, maybe my voice might echo too much, but I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it. Because sometimes persons are up, they are not able to sleep. They just want, to hear somebody. I'm going to look at it. What do you think, guys? Think about it. Have a good night. Bye-bye.